All right, what's going on, fellas? Long time no see. I'm gonna get back on top of hopefully daily videos. A bunch of you have left messages saying that you feel like the channel would grow faster if we did videos less often than when I'm posting often, but with more editing quality put into them. And you are more than likely right. I think that if I upped the standard quality, even if it was at the cost of frequency, the channel would grow faster. That being said, I don't really have any intentions of ever being a full-time YouTuber, and I mostly just make these for my own enjoyment. So making them in a way I enjoy is kind of part of the process, and I am not a computer whiz. I whip them together when I make training videos, but not really my cup of tea because I don't like it and I'm not trying to do this full time. So we're getting the lazy shit. But I've got a really quick pro tip for you. If you follow me, you've watched some of my nutrition related content, you know that I think a pivotal part of eating to become a big muscle man is just eating bowls of your meat of choice and rice. Rice being an easy digesting carbohydrate that we can eat in large quantities throughout the day. Doesn't matter that it's high glycemic index because we're intaking protein alongside it, which slows down the digestion. So basically the whole, it's a high glycemic index carb issue kind of goes away. Protein of choice, obviously I favor things with a little bit higher nutrient density, being like red meat, salmon, whole eggs, that kind of thing. But we can absolutely get our micros elsewhere if we eat a lot of fruit and veggies. So if you just like chicken or white fish more, even though it's devoid of that higher micronutrient density, still gets the job done. We can get those elsewhere, whatever is allows you to adhere to it, right? So we got this idea. And also if we have a low fat meat, we probably need an added fat source, usually just avocado oil or olive oil are my go-tos if I need to add fat to a meal. If I find I'm digesting it really quick and I'm crashing before I work out, maybe I'll add 1 tablespoon of olive oil or 1 tablespoon of avocado oil, delay the digestion of the meal, give you a more steady release of energy through the workout, blah, blah, blah. That is the standard. I know that was a really long-winded way to say it, but we're eating bowls of meat and rice, meat of choice. I do have a little tip for you guys. So I've mentioned many times that I think it's a good rule of thumb to just say, all right, it's not a meal unless I have some kind of, even if it's just a bit fruit or veggie with it, for fiber reasons, for micronutrient reasons, for general health reasons. I mean, there are a bunch of flavonoids in like fruits that are unique to fruits that are like anti-cancerous. There are good reasons to at least have some. You know, the stereotypical bodybuilder, just meat and rice diet, I think could be supplemented a little bit better to aid in good digestion, as well as probably boost our performance in the gym. Because if we have micronutrient deficiencies, we're probably not going to see the greatest progression in the gym. So, problem being, everybody hates vegetables. And even if they don't hate them, they don't like prepping them. It's just more work, right? The shorter we can make our food prep, the more likely we are to do it. But I do find that adding vegetables to my meat and rice adds some much needed texture, a little bit of variety and flavor. It actually makes it easier to eat big quantities, mostly because of that, the flavor gets a little bit less monotonous, as well as the texture, which is a big one for me. But nobody wants to prep vegetables. I have a cool little solution for you guys. This bad boy right here is broccoli slaw. I get the Green Giant one. It's sold in literally every grocery store I've been to in the States. They sell it in these big bags. And you don't even have to cook it. You can just mix it straight into your rice and beef or rice and chicken and olive oil. And it just adds a bit of background flavor and a lot of texture. So it makes it a lot easier to get through those quantities of food that we might have to be pushing through to be gaining weight. And also it kind of checks that box. I have 75 grams of this broccoli slaw poured into the bowl with every single meal I have that's meat and rice. And that runs up actually a pretty reasonable amount of veggies per day because I'm eating 5 to 6 meals per day, depending on whether it's a low day or a high day. So that ends up being a good quantity of vegetables, lots of good fiber in there, bolsters my micronutrient profile, and it takes me literally no work. This bag is, I think, literally $2. You can just pour it straight into the bowl. You can portion it out ahead of time if you're meal prepping, adds no prep time just to check that vegetable box. And especially if you're someone like me where you're not necessarily looking forward to all these meals, it's more of a chore, the quicker we can make it, the better. So that would be my little tip. I was going to title this quick tip. As always, I didn't make it quick. I blabbered a little bit, but thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you boys.